820. That score opens doors. Lower interest rates, approved applications, the feeling of financial credibility. But here is what the score does not tell you, and what the organization that created it will tell you directly if you read their documentation. It was not designed to measure your financial health. It was designed to answer one specific question for one specific audience. Once you understand what that question actually is, the entire way you interact with the credit system changes. That is what this episode covers. FICO scores, the most widely used credit scoring model in U.S. lending decisions, were designed with a specific, narrow purpose: to predict the likelihood that a borrower will become 90 days or more past due on a credit obligation within the next 24 months. That is their function: predictive default probability estimation for lenders. That is what they were built to do, and by that specific measure, they are a reasonably effective tool. What FICO scores are not: a measure of wealth, a measure of financial intelligence, a measure of your overall financial health or your ability to build long-term security. Fair Isaac Corporation, the company that created FICO scores, will tell you this directly in their own documentation. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau articulates the same distinction in their credit score educational resources. Understanding this distinction precisely is the foundation of interacting with the credit system strategically, rather than being managed by it. Now, how is the score actually calculated? 5 categories. Let us break them down. 5 factors, 5 specific weights, and one important list of what is not included at all. FICO scores are calculated from 5 categories of credit information, weighted approximately as follows. Payment history, 35%. Whether you pay your obligations on time is by far the most influential factor in your score. One missed payment can affect your score for up to 7 years. Amounts owed, 30%. Specifically, what percentage of your available revolving credit you are currently using. This is called your credit utilization ratio. A $500 balance on a $1,000 limit card affects your score more than a $2,000 balance on a $25,000 limit. Length of credit history, 15%. Longer average account age typically benefits your score. Credit mix, 10%. The presence of different types of credit, cards, installment loans, mortgages, in your profile. New credit, 10%. Recent applications for new credit produce what are called hard inquiries, which temporarily reduce your score. These 5 factors are what FICO scores measure. Notice what is not in this calculation: income, net worth, savings rate, investment portfolio, employment history, education level. This is why a high net worth individual who has never used credit can have a low or non-existent FICO score, and why someone carrying substantial debt but making on-time payments can have a genuinely strong score. Both situations reflect real credit profiles. Neither one tells the complete financial story. That distinction has practical consequences. Let us test this with a scenario. Person A has a $2 million net worth. She has no credit accounts. She's applying for a loan for the first time. Her FICO score? Potentially very low, or non-existent, because FICO scores require credit history to generate. Person B has $45,000 in credit card debt. He has made on-time payments for 7 years. His utilization is below 25%. His FICO score, potentially 720 to 780. Which person is in better financial shape? The answer depends entirely on what question you're asking. This is the point. For a lender evaluating repayment risk, Person B has more usable score data. For overall financial security and wealth, Person A is objectively in a stronger position. The score measures one thing. Your financial health is many things. That distinction is the entire point of this episode. Next, what the research actually says about credit cards and spending behavior? There is a body of consumer behavior research examining whether people spend differently when using credit cards versus cash. Research from Drazen Prelek and Duncan Simister at MIT Sloan School of Management, published in 2001 in the Marketing Science Journal, used experimental designs to find that consumers were willing to bid significantly more for the same item when paying by credit card versus cash. The researchers attributed this to what they called the reduced pain of paying, the psychological friction that accompanies handing over physical currency. The psychological friction that accompanies handing over physical currency. Electronic payment methods tend to reduce the psychological friction associated with spending. More recent research has produced mixed results on magnitude of this effect. The widespread shift toward contactless payments, mobile wallets, and buy now, pay later platforms has made clean cash versus card comparisons methodologically complex. The widespread shift toward contactless payments, mobile wallets, and buy now, pay later platforms has made clean cash versus card comparisons methodologically complex. The practical implication is not never use credit cards. The implication is, if you use credit cards, you are operating in an environment that has been deliberately engineered to reduce payment friction. Credit cards offer real consumer protections, rewards, and the score-building infrastructure that reduces borrowing costs over a lifetime. Understanding that design is the prerequisite for managing it intentionally. What the research consistently supports is the directional finding. Electronic payment methods tend to reduce the psychological friction associated with spending, and that reduction in friction can influence spending levels and decisions. That is what this section covers. Next, the specific strategies. So, how do you actually use this knowledge? 5 practical, evidence-based strategies. Strategy 1, set a spending alert at 25 to 30% of your credit limit before utilization affects your score. Strategy 2, pay down your balance before the statement closing date, not just the due date, since that is the balance reported to credit bureaus. Strategy 3, keep old accounts open, even if unused. Average account age contributes to your score. Strategy 4, space out new credit applications. Multiple hard inquiries in a short window signal risk to lenders. Strategy 5, let credit mix develop naturally through genuine financial needs. Never take on debt purely to diversify your credit profile. 5 strategies. None of them require sacrificing the real benefits credit cards offer. And equally important, what not to do. Do not close your oldest card. Do not max out cards chasing rewards. Do not apply for multiple cards at once. Small, consistent actions compound over time, just like the score itself. Notice how each strategy maps directly back to the 5 factors we covered earlier. The score is a tool, not a verdict on your worth or your intelligence. Understand it. Use it deliberately. Do not let it use you. Next, let's bring it all together. We have covered what the score measures, what it does not, and how to work with it strategically. A score, a definition, 5 factors, 2 people, 1 research finding, 5 strategies. Knowledge like this only matters if it changes how you act. The number on the gauge did not change. What changed is what you understand about it. Before you go, 3 things to do this week. Check your utilization ratio. Set a payment reminder before your statement closes. Review your oldest account and make sure it stays open. If this helped you see the system differently, subscribe. Episode 5 is coming next. Sources for this episode are listed on screen. Thank you for watching.